We've had a history of meddling in affairs in the Middle East to destabilize and remove people from power. Look what we did in Iraq. No weapons of mass destruction. We just went in, did our thing, and now look what we have. Afghanistan the same way. Pakistan is looking to come up. So why would any Islamic country even begin to think that there's any future in a relationship with the United States under those circumstances? So what is it that Obama is doing? He is doing what he does best, and that is talk. He speaks. He speaks well when he has a teleprompter that doesn't malfunction. He speaks very well. And some very few will make really wonderful comments about how great the wonderful Messiah was in his speech to the Islamic world, and how this shows a future of promise and hope. No, it doesn't. Doesn't show any fucking future. Nothing is going to change. Let's get one thing clear right off the bat, and that is we, the United States government, the secret agencies in this government, created Islamic terrorism. We funded it. We helped it to grow. We established it. If we're fighting it now, it's only for our own twisted fucking purposes, whatever they happen to be. Make no mistake, nothing that is going on, nothing in the way of relationship between us and Islamic countries is an accident of chance or because of crazy terrorists doing their thing. Our intelligence agencies have been behind this since the very fucking beginning. We created the Mujahideen in Afghanistan. We created Al-Qaeda. We created every single group, practically. There are some that came up through other intelligence agencies, but they've all been created by intelligence agencies to further the ends of their parent countries. So until we quit fucking meddling everywhere in the fucking world, and until we finally get to the point and say, Israel, we're not supporting you on this one fucking thing, then no one is going to have any fucking credibility towards the United States. And that's not going to change. And it's all planned. This is all a big glamorous show so Obama can put on the flair that he's so famous for. And all it will mean is a big fat nothing, because nothing is meant to change. It's going to stay the same, and it's going to continue on down the years until they have their final denouement, which will be the New World Order. And in closing, let me just say this. I heard in the news today that they're talking about Al-Qaeda being funded by heroin. What an amazing thing to say. It's so atrocious that the terrible Al-Qaeda and terrorist groups are being funded by heroin, that horrible drug, out of Afghanistan. Well, let's see. When the Taliban were in power in Afghanistan, they virtually eliminated fucking poppy production. As soon as we went in, poppy production spiked and has been growing and is probably one of the greatest fucking crops in the country and at its peak there in its fucking history. Now, do you think that with the combined might of the United States military, they could end poppy production in Afghanistan, especially if the Taliban were virtually able to do it? The answer to that question is yes. Do you want to know why they don't? Because our covert agencies, our secret government behind the scenes, our CIA, all of our covert and black operations are funded by fucking drugs. And the heroin, opium, poppy, everything else that's going on in Afghanistan is funding our own secret fucking establishment. So it's not going to go away. And the fact that they put that in the news today made me want to retch trying to tie the two together. And that's another reason why drugs will never be made legal. Because there's too much money to be made for black operations by secret government agencies doing secret fucking work, meddling in the affairs of every fucking country in the world, and sullying the name of the United States even more. And finally, let me add one last little thing, and that is, do I give a shit whether any Islamic country thinks good of the United States? No. And I don't think anybody else should either. The first thing that we need to do is get our own shit together. Get this country back on a solid constitutional footing. Then, maybe, down the road, we can worry about what a fucking country thinks about us. But we need to clean fucking house here first. And if Obama had any fucking sense whatsoever, he'd be in this country with his fucking sleeves rolled up, trying to effect change. Real change. And that means giving money to people, letting people handle their own bills, getting them out of debt, and doing something to help this economy. Something real. Thank you. Good night.